Good evening, I'm back. I'm your host, Jack Remington, of the Jack Remington NFL channel. Welcome to 2022, everybody. Good to be back after the 6-month hiatus after the Super Bowl of last year. You look at these season totals, I keep forgetting there's a 17th game. I don't have the numbers for last year yet. Last year was the first season, the 17-game season. I didn't do any of that as far as I can remember. And if I did, I'll look at the other videos just to make sure I didn't. I know the year before, I had a couple unders. I had New England under 12.5, and I won that. I thought it was pretty easy, but I almost lost it. They won 12 games. I won by half a game, so I was a little lucky. Let me spill this out to you while I'm talking about season totals. I only do under totals. That's how I started making more profit with the season totals. Now, they tie your money up to the end of the regular season, so you got to be willing to live with that. Well, you put your money in the stock market, you put your money in the bank for 6 months or a year, that's okay. The same thing here. You have to know that they got to use your money until the ticket's cashable. Season totals are a prop bet, essentially. I only go under because it's so hard for the team to win that many games. You know, they have to achieve something. You're making them achieve something that's hard to do in the NFL, and that's win games. You keep betting you over, I think you're getting the worst of it because it's hard to win in the NFL. It's hard to be consistent. Teams always regress, either offensively or defensively. And that's been my experience for putting money on the table with bookies and everything else, casinos. I'm getting close to my 50th year doing this. So I think I'm qualified to say all this. I can find some of my old tickets from years ago, take the Xerox copy or a screenshot. I'll put them on the channel sometime. I made myself a note and I want to do that. I have 3 season totals that I circled. You're using imaginary money, and one unit, it's $100. So I'm only put 1 unit on this because this is just for entertainment. This is for fun. And if I was going to be going to Vegas every week like I used to do, these are the 3 that I would play. And I want to win 2 out of 3. That way, that part of the handicapping is profitable. So the first one I'll talk about is the Buffalo Bills under 11.5 wins, and they're paying you plus 135. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Buffalo, they've been anointed the new Super Bowl winners, and they could very well be right, these other handicappers. I mean, a lot of them are very, very good, and a lot of them have great things to say. This is what I'm saying. They're paying you plus 135 for 100. They have to win 12 games to beat you. So their record has to be 12-5. I don't have anything in front of me. I just started looking a couple days ago. I know Buffalo won the division, but the 13 seconds away from beating Kansas City, that was kind of hard to take. And this is the same team that lost as a 14.5-point chalk to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, they lost 9-6. So everybody's anointing this team as the Super Bowl winners, and this is also the same team that allowed 3 pass attempts. New England ran the ball down their throats at Buffalo in that 14-10 Ice Bowl fest. The game that I had, by the way, if you look at my old videos. And we'll talk about New England later. But this is a good bet, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, it's probably a loser. Okay, but if you're going to do totals, this is one I would recommend doing ones like this because you're getting plus money. You're getting 35% on your money if you win this thing. Buffalo's going to have to be close to perfect to win 12 games. And here's my kicker. That division, the AFC East, was always like the bottom dwellers because New England dominated them for 22 years. They had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Tom Brady's gone. Bill Belichick is hanging on for life. He's trying to rebuild his team. As far as I can see, no improvements on their team. And they started going downhill. They ran out of gas. The defensive end, Judon, was playing hurt. And the Boston newspaper people that I subscribe to saw him hobbling in practice and everything. And Bill Belichick had no backup for the guy. They had to put him in the game. He didn't get any sacks last month of the season. So you can tell by using your stats, if you know how to look at stats the right way, players playing hurt, that hurts the whole team. But Belichick probably had no choice, but I'm not here to discuss him too much just yet. But Buffalo's division, they've improved. The Jets have improved, and Miami has improved. Miami has improved drastically. There's 2 players in the NFL that are just what I call barn burners. Barn burner player, they can score at any position, any field, and they can run that 100-yard field in 7 seconds or less, and they can score. And you throw them the ball, and if they're wide open, if they can zig and zag and do what they do, and those 2 players are Tyreek Hill and Saquon Barkley of the Giants. Okay, those 2 guys, to me, they're untouchable. Oh yeah, you'll eventually get them because you got 11 players to tackle one guy. Those professional players, one of them's going to get them most of the time, and I understand that. Miami has that player, and Miami's got Tyreek Hill. They're bashing Tua and the quarterback, and he can't do. He doesn't need to throw 100% of his passes completions. He needs 1 strike in the 4th quarter, and Tyreek Hill is going to beat you. The Jets have improved. And who knows what New England's going to do. Bill Belichick, he should be our commander-in-chief. He never tells the enemy what he's going to do. The book on his shelf in his bedroom is called The Art of War. Don't discount Bill Belichick. The AFC East is no longer the doormat, laughing stock of the NFL anymore. That division has improved. So if they've improved, if those three teams can swap 6 games that they had to play against Buffalo, that's 3 losses right there. So now you're going to try to tell me that Buffalo's going to go 8-2 against the rest of the division? Have you looked at their schedule? They had a pretty tough schedule, in my opinion. I think this is a good bet. And yeah, it could be a loser, and I'll get egg on my face in the comments, but yeah, you got that one wrong, you bum. But it's a good bet. The Buffalo under 11.5 for a plus 135 for your money is a great bet. The second season total I'm going to talk about is the Cincinnati Bengals under 10, paying 25 juice. I got the Super Bowl hat on. It's got the Bengals and the Rams and everything. Okay. And I like Joe Burrow, and I like all the teams. I don't have a favorite team when you do this. Rule number 1 in Handicapping 101. You can't have a favorite team. You may love New England Patriots this week, but you may not like them the next week. Your job as handicappers is to pick as many winners as you can to offset the losers. You want to win more than you lose. If you can't do that in this business, then find another hobby. Go somewhere else. This channel can't help you. The Bengals, in my opinion, overachieved. Now, all those in the crowd, all the viewers, raise your right hand and swear to the oath that you thought that the Bengals would be in the Super Bowl at the beginning or even the middle of the last season. Oh, my hand just went down. I did not think the Bengals were going to get this far, but they did, it's great. And they almost won a Super Bowl. I was sweating at my money line bet because I thought Matthew Stafford would throw a pick at the end of the game when they were driving. For Cincinnati, under 10, for you to win this bet, they have to lose 8 games. Can they lose 8 games? Yes, they can. The Steelers have kind of stayed the same. Matter of fact, the Steelers actually improved a little bit on defense, and their defense is a top 5 defense in the NFL. You can say what you want about Mike Tomlin. He didn't play defense. Mike Tomlin botches it on his offensive calls over the years. Well, I don't think he's a very good coach, but he's there nevertheless, and he's got a system in place which still makes Pittsburgh a formidable dark horse. I think Pittsburgh could easily sweep Cincinnati this year. That's 2 losses right there. Okay, they're going to play Baltimore. Baltimore could sweep them because Baltimore is healthy, and they were at 8-1 the first 9 games of the season. For the wheels fell off, and the Ravens lost the rest of the games. So everybody got hurt. Lamar Jackson got hurt. Yada yada yada. Baltimore had the most starters lost by midseason than any other team, and no other team ever called them for the rest of the season. Potential 2 more losses with the Ravens. And don't forget the Cleveland Browns. Everybody's writing them off. Oh, they're going to lose their first week. You know, Baker Mayfield's playing in Carolina. They're going to beat them in week 1. And that may be true, but you know what? Cleveland is stacked. That team has improved. I think this is a good bet. And if I was going to do the totals, I would take this one. I know they got to lose 8 games for you to win this prop bet, because it's not 10.5 or 9.5. It's exactly 10. So when you read this right, you have to do this bet knowing that the Bengals have to lose 8 games. And I'm still take this bet. This is still a good bet. You're only paying 25% juice. And now the bookmaker's doing the job for you. They're telling you Cincinnati's not going to win the games that they won last year. They're going to regress. They've overachieved. And you got to remember now the coaches have 6 months to look at the tapes, and they were slow that Joe Burrow down. You got to remember he was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. They got to him a lot. And yes, Cincinnati's addressed some of the problem, but you know the 2 of the starters are rookies on their line. I really like this bet. The third one I want to talk about, the season total, is Kansas City under 10.5, and it's plus 20, plus 120. They're giving you $120 for your $100. So, and I'm going to tell you why this is a great bet. And I like this one more than the other 2. I might even wire my friends some money because I want to make this bet. Forget the Patrick Mahomes love and all that other stuff. He doesn't play special teams. He doesn't play defense, and he's not Andy Reid. Andy Reid, he got his gift when Shanahan had his team celebrating on the sideline with 7 minutes left to go when they were up by 2 scores. And Tyreek Hill, this guy I just talked about at the beginning of my video, scored on us, and they won this. Me and my wife my granddaughter she was a year old, and we had the privilege of watching our granddaughter. And we had to go to my daughter's house to do this for whatever reason. And we turned the TV off. You know, when 49ers were way up big, we thought the game was over. And then my son-in-law comes, hey, I just heard on the radio, your team lost. Says, no, they didn't. We turned on and they're holding up the Lamar trophy for the Kansas City team. So what happened? And he told me, because the radio announcer said he just chucked the ball in the air, and then Tyreek Hill, he ziggy-zagged, he missed tackle here, missed tackle, and he scored. Then 1, 2, 3, they had to punt, and they got the ball back. 3rd down, and Tyreek Hill was touchdown. What? And that's what happened. And that's why I don't like the 49ers coach, because he was with the Falcons. He couldn't close out games there. The Kansas City Chiefs, they have to win 11 games for you to lose this bet. Okay, so their record has to be 11-6, which I don't think they can do. And again, the same principle for the AFC East. Their division is stacked, and I think that's the best division in football. Okay, you got the Raiders have improved every year, and they were well on their way when they were 3-0 when they fired Jon Gruden for some racist email he sent somebody 15 years ago, whatever year. I just get turned off with the politics. The Raiders still improved anyway, even when they got rid of Jon Gruden. And the Raiders play hard, and they got Derek Carr as a great quarterback. I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, they need to keep him healthy for them to have any shot at winning any games. And I understand that. They're almost a one-man team. But Kansas City, now you got the Chargers coming up. The Chargers have vastly improved. I mean, and some people are picking Chargers to go deep in the playoffs. And I kind of agree with that. The Chargers are stacked. They could sweep Kansas City this year. Okay, and the Raiders split with them. Okay, and now you got the Denver Broncos. Okay, the Denver Broncos already had a defense. Okay, now they got Russell Wilson as the quarterback. Are you kidding me? On my first look, without making a declared wager, but I would not be surprised if the Denver Broncos win that division and go deep in the playoffs, and the Chargers beat a wild card team. Then Kansas City and Oakland, the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, outside looking in. That wouldn't surprise me. And you're getting $120 for your 100. You're getting 20% of your money. Remember, Kansas City, they have to win 11 games for losers prop bet. So I would take Kansas City. That's my favorite one. I know it's one less game than the Buffalo game, but you know what? I think Buffalo is still on the ascension, and I think Kansas City's on the way down. That's just my opinion. I try to follow momentum, and I try to follow the direction the teams go. So that's enough of that.